Damn, I need to sharpen my knives. And I can show you how. In the kitchen with Rosie, we'll have a very special guest, and we might just make a mess. In the kitchen with Rosie. Ugh. A chef is only as good as her tools, and mine look like they've been buried at the bottom of the ocean, and been slightly to the left. The first step in knife sharpening is to grab your knife. I found this one in my back. You know who you are. Then you're going to need a whetstone. You can find these at any kitchen supply store. They're called a whetstone because they like to be wet. I had mine soaking in this water for about 10-20 minutes. You're going to take it out, dab it a little bit on a towel, and you'll notice that there are two sides to this. There's one that's a light gray, and it's a much finer tooth. And then there's another one that's really rough sandpapery edge to it. You want to start with the really rough side, and then you want to go to the really fine side. It's like filing your nails. I use this one for my toenails. So your first step is to wet the knife down a little bit. Just sprinkle a little bit of water on it. And then you're going to start at a 20-degree angle. The easiest way to do this is, okay, so you're going to look at the knife head on. That's a 90-degree angle. Halfway is a 45-degree angle. And then half of that is about a 20-degree angle. So you're going to start there, and then you're going to drag the knife across it lightly yet firmly. From hilt to the end. Just alternate sides. Pushing and just slightly, you'll hear it. It's grinding that metal down. Don't do it too much, because then you'll end up with no edge at all. So now we're going to flip the stone over to the much smoother side, and we're going to fine tune it. A little more water. And now we're going to do the same thing over again. If you have a little block here at the end, that's a good starting spot. That way you know you're not going to, it's not going to slide and, you know, fly across the room and kill your husband. I'm not going to make that mistake again. So now you're going to take this over to the sink and wash it off. While I do that, let's cut away to a cartoon. We don't have one? Okay. Now, if you have a little paring knife, you do it the same way. It's just, you know, smaller. Get her wet. Make sure to use this side. Now, when you have a smaller knife, sometimes you can just make little circles instead of dragging it all the way across. Doesn't really make as much sense to do that with this tiny little knife. And switch sides. And again, I'm going to wash this off because you do not want little particles of metal in your food. Now it's time to test this knife out. I found this under my bed. Oh, that's clean. Let's try the little one. Just slides right through. Alright, so these babies are ready to go out cutting. I know you're gonna ask in the comments, Rosie, how often should I sharpen my knives? Rosie, can I sharpen all of my knives? Rosie, did you steal my cat? Well, I'm gonna answer two of those questions. You should sharpen your knives pretty often. I mean, I'd say once every 6 months. It depends on how much you use them, but for home use, once every 6 months is perfectly fine. When they start getting dull, you want to sharpen them then too. And you don't want to sharpen a serrated knife because then all these little teeth will be gone. Take this one to a professional. So thank you for coming into my kitchen and learning a thing or two. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.
Right at me.